Today we were looking at Unit 4, Lesson 7, increasing and decreasing. And so we started by looking at this table, scores from 3 different sports teams from their last 2 games. And what did we notice about the football team, the basketball team, and the baseball team? Well, 3 teams, their second game was higher than their first game, but they all had different totals in game 1 and game 2. And so which team improved the most? At first we looked and we said, well, the football team added 8 points, the basketball team added 8 points, and the baseball team added 8 points. Did they all improve the same amount? Well, no, because it's harder to score a point in baseball than it is basketball. So we had to find a different way of trying to figure out how to tell which one improved the most. And we went back to our idea of constant of proportionality. And for the baseball team, we were multiplying by 3. For the basketball team, 108 divided by 100 said we were multiplying by 1.08. And for the football team, 30 divided by 22 said we were multiplying by 1.36 repeating. And so looking at that, I think the baseball team performed the best or improved the most because they were multiplied by a bigger number. Then we went to double number lines, and some of you may have worked with double number lines last year in 6th grade. And remember, percent, the word percent, means out of 100. And what did we notice? Well, we have a number line that has chocolate milk. We have a number line that has percents. Some of us noticed, why would we need 35 cups of chocolate milk? We looked at this 100%, since percent means out of 100, and talked about, well, 100% is usually our original amount. And so 300% of 10 is 30. And we were going to use, the reason we did this is we're going to use double number lines to solve percent problems today. The gas tank in Dad's car holds 12 gallons. The gas tank in Mom's truck holds 50% more than that. How much gas does the truck's tank hold? Well, Mom's truck depends on Dad's car, so we're going to put 12 at the 100%. That's what we're starting at. 50% more. Well, if 12 is 100, 50% more would be 150. So this is the amount I need to find. And they kind of stepped this out and said, well, if we find 50%, half of 12 is 6. And then I can count on adding on 50% means I'm adding on 6 to get 18 gallons for Mom's truck. Notice this is 150%. A 50% more means we're taking 150% of Dad's car, or the 12 gallons. At a movie theater, the size of popcorn bags decreased 20%. If the old bags held 15 cups of popcorn, how much do the new bags hold? Well, the old bags are going to be my original amount, so that's going to be our 15 at 100%. Again, they kind of stepped us out since we're talking about decreasing 20%. If we figure out what 20% is, and to go from 0 to 100, counting by 20s, I have to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. Every 20% is 3 more. So if I count 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 120% would be 18. But it said it decreased 20%, so it went down 20%, which means at 80%, the new bags hold 12 cups. So instead, we could also think of it, instead of a decrease of 20%, we're finding 80% of the original. Number 3, a school had 1,200 students last year and only 1,080 students this year. What was the percent decrease in the number of students? And this time they filled in the number of students number line for us. And last year's our starting amount. So 1,200 is going to be our 100%. Here's the 1,080 for this year. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hops. So 100 divided by 10 means each of these hash marks counts for 10%. And we can see the 1,080 students is 90% of the original or of last year, which means to go from 100 to 90, it was a 10% decrease. We took 10% away from 100. 1 week gas was $1.25 per gallon. The next week gas was $1.50 per gallon. So again, they filled in one number line for us. 125 is our original, our starting amount. So I'm going to put that to be my 100%. $1.50, well, there's our $1.50. To go from 0 to 100, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops. So 100 divided by 5 is 20. Each of these represents 20%. 120, 140, 160. So my 1.5 or $1.50 is at my 120%. So $1.50 is 120% of last week. To go from 100 to 120, we added 20%, so it is a 20% increase. Number 5. After a 25% discount, the price of a t-shirt was $12. What was the price before the discount? Now they gave us the after price, 25% discount, which means we're paying 75% of the original price. We're taking away 25%. So that $12 goes here at 75%. We need to figure out what went at the 100%. To go from 0 to 12, we have 1, 2, 3 hops. So 12 divided by 3 means each of those hops counts for 4. So the old price of the shirt was $16. Compared to last year, the population of Boomtown has increased 25%. The population is now 6,600. So last year is going to be my 100%. If we add 25%, that means we're at 125% of last year. That's where the 6,600 goes. To get from 0 to 125%, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to divide 6,600 divided by 5 to get 1,320. Each mark adds another 1,320 people. So if I keep adding 1,320 till I get to the 100%, I have 5,280 people last year. So when we were increasing, we're adding. When we're decreasing, we are subtracting. Two students are working on the same problem. A juice box has 20% more in its new packaging. The original packaging held 12 fluid ounces. How much juice does the new packaging hold? So Priya and Claire set up two different double number lines, and we have to decide who set up the correct double number line, or maybe neither one of them did. And we could see Priya put the 12 at 100% and then found 120% to be 14.4. And Claire put the 12 at 80%. It says a juice box has 20% more in its new packaging. So I'm adding 20%. The original is always going to be 100%. And the original packaging is 12 ounces. So that makes Priya to be the correct one, because 12 is the original and we're adding 20%. So we're taking 120% of the original to find the new. Claire subtracted 20% to put the 12, but the 12 is the new is the original amount. And then one without having the number lines, it says green sea turtles live most of their life in the ocean but come ashore to lay their eggs. Some beaches where turtles often come ashore have been made into protected sanctuaries so the eggs will not be disturbed. One sanctuary had 180 green sea turtles come ashore to lay eggs last year. This year the number of turtles increased by 10%. How many turtles came ashore to lay eggs? We need two number lines. So we need a number line for eggs and we need a number line for the percent. And how am I going to decide what to count by? Well, since it's increasing by 10%, I'm going to count by tens on my percent number line. And so when I make my egg number line, I'm going to put the hash marks in the same place. One sanctuary had 180 sea turtles come ashore to lay eggs. I guess that would be turtles, not eggs. Last year. So that's my original 180. If I'm increasing it 10%, I actually need to go up here to 110% of the original. To get from 0, forgot to put my 0 in there. To get from 0 to 180, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spots to count it. So each of those 180 divided by 10 tells me that it is 18. So I'm going to count by 18, or I can think about if I'm adding 10%, I need to add 18 turtles. So 180 plus 18 gives us 198 turtles. Another sanctuary, the number of nesting turtles decreased by 10%. So again, on my percent number line, I'm going to count by tens. And I'm only labeling every other one. And then I have my turtles. Gotta remember to put my 0 on there. There were this year there were 234 nesting turtles. And we were decreasing it 10%. So that means the 234 would go at 90%. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots. So 234 divided by 9 means every 10% is 26. So I need to take away 26 from 234. Oh, sorry, not take away, because I need to find the original. So I need to go up 10%. So I need to add 234 plus 26 to get 264.